community? Jeff here. Start of a new week here. Just kind of looking back over things I've been spinning for like the past week. It's been the past few weeks, as I've mentioned in previous videos, I hadn't really been acquiring much new stuff. Just been enjoying my collection. And so I thought I would start putting aside the records I've been listening to just to kind of do these what's spinning type videos, which I've never really done much. I know a lot of people do them, and so, but this is what I'm going to try to do more frequently, just because it's nice to go back and visit, you know, albums, even though they may have been mentioned in previous videos. It's probably been a while since some of them are. And then it's funny, and like for this one, instance, this is a recent one I listened to the other day. Old School by Helix. This is like, you know, recently reissued, recently issued on No Life to Amount of Records, and I love Helix, and I pulled it out one day, and I mean, literally, like, what was it, like the next day, Aaron over at his channel showed on his, that he got it in the mail VCLT from Scott Waters, who is No Life to Metal. I just thought it was funny. It's just funny timing sometimes how, you know, hey, I just listened to that record yesterday, and then he gets it in the mail. But yeah, if you're not familiar with this album, track it down. No Life to Metal Records has released this. It's great stuff. It is old school, and it's got, you know, some old material on there and some, you know, that's been redone and things. It's just a really solid album if you're into Helix. Really love that stuff. Went back and visited some Sweet Oblivion with Jeff Tate. This is that project. What is it? I think they're from Italy, and then he's doing the vocals. And there's 2 albums, and you know, great stuff. It's sort of power metalish, but not really metal. It's a little more melodic, but it's got that sound, that, you know, sound. It's on green. I did notice, though, that at least part of the way through, a handful of songs on the second side, I don't know if it's depressing or what, depressing, not depressing, just kind of had some surface noise. I'm gonna, you know, it may have been my needle. I need to go back and maybe give it a wipe down and spin it again. But, you know, it's a great album. It was, you know, it's melodic, yet, you know, it's not like, it's just good stuff. KXM, Circle of Dolls. Gotta admit, I mean, so this is Doug Pinnick and George Lynch. It's, you know, super groupish type stuff, trio. And they have a few albums out, and I have most all except one. And this is their most recent. And honestly, I mean, I keep giving it a spin, but it just hasn't yet really clicked with me. You know, it's not this bad, but, you know, some music just clicks with you. You really get into it, and I haven't got to that stage with them. I hesitated buying them for the longest time because I'd listened to them online, and I wasn't feeling that. But wanted to go ahead and grab up some of the vinyl record versions before they disappeared. Glad I have them, but, you know, again, it hasn't really... I'm a big King's X fan, Doug Pinnick's work on the side and everything, but for some reason, that project has yet to really click with me. John Slit, John Slit, the you know, singer from Petra, etc. You know, contemporary Christian. This is a, I mean, Christian rock, not really contemporary. This falls a little more into contemporary Christian. It's got rocky moments. It's got some hard edge moments, but it's got his, you know, smoother vocal stylings and stuff. Great little album. Yeah, Gerda Music put this out. Great stuff. Pretty color swirly vinyl there, and pulled this out. It's nice, you know. It's got some great moments on there that I really enjoy. It's been a long time since I listened to this. They've got what, another album since then, but this, it's been a while since I listened to it. I know it was good, you know, and I remember it being good, and I remember, you know, so many new albums, you know, it's got a CD that comes with it. But my goodness, I pulled this out, and I just could not, I was just blown away at how good it was that I had forgotten about. There's so many great songs on here. I really enjoy this one. The newest album at times gets a little more aggressive in stylings, and this doesn't, and I really enjoyed this album. The newer stuff, it's hit or miss with me on some of that. And I'm telling you what, Dirk Snyder, on my way, my way, the record store release that came out of him singing cover tunes. You know, what do you think about that? Well, you know, upon first listen, I thought, well, this is cool. Upon multiple listens later, I'm really digging this album. Some of the songs really sound cool. Some of the songs I'm not super familiar with, maybe, and so, you know, that's really good. One of the songs that kind of, you know, he does a copy of The Stroke. He does a cover of The Stroke by Billy Squier. when I first heard it, I thought it sounded kind of weird, kind of corny, just the way it was done. But I tell you, I've grown to really think it's cool. And so, yeah, I mean, he does a really good job and just bringing his stylings and, you know, the metallics feels of some of these songs. So I really, you know, in revisiting that, really enjoyed it. It came with a autographed card and some other stuff there, but whatever, I've shown that in previous videos. But yeah, really digging that. I had shown this one in the contest video about the Hypnosis covers, and so I went ahead and put this on. And I never listened to Nazareth back in the day. This was definitely before my time. I was into, you know, Kiss, Def Leppard, Van Halen, and all that stuff. By the time I got into hard rock music, these guys were long past. So I've picked up a lot of this stuff now in the cheapy bins, the cutout bins, and stuff like that. And I've grabbed, at one time I grabbed a handful of Nazareth, and I've really come to enjoy them. Just solid hard rock outfit. So it was, you know, it was a great time to go back and listen to that. Love Whitesnake. Decided to pull this out. This is the Restless Heart reissue, remixed, remastered, revisited, all that stuff that they've been doing recently with the red, white, and blue, and all the other ones that they're starting to redo. And this is Restless Heart that came out. An album that came out after their heyday, when in that lull, when the band was kind of, you know, phasing, not doing a whole lot. And so this album didn't get a whole lot of attention, but it's a solid, you know, it's not as like heavy as Slip of the Tongue, things along that line. Not as bluesy as Slide It In, but it is solid, just solid hard rockin' goodness with that sweet sound. I just love their sound, love David Coverdale's voice, and it's a great album. So I love revisiting that. I'm glad they remastered that and reissued it and remixed it and all that stuff. Again, another one I showed for that Skull video, so I popped it on. The first Mortification album. Technically, there's that, you know, Break the Curse, the demo that came out before this. But yeah, just brutal. You know, they became like grindcore. They've done all kinds of different styles over the years. This is just their first brutal album, and it's got so many great classics on there. I was in the mood for that. In 3D, Barrage. I'm a huge fan of the first In3D album. This album, for me, never did as much for me as their first album. But I still wanted to make sure I owned it. This was the only one that ever came out on CD, even though there was a later custom reissue of the first album that I never have gotten on CD and anything. But this album always kind of was like second fiddle to me and just was a different style. And then revisiting it now, you know, you listen to it on and off, but when I listened to this the other day, it was just, it really kind of clicked. I'm like, I don't know why I've not given this as much attention. It's just solid, great stuff. Yeah, they remind me at times of The Police. They got that feel, just, they're all over. There's another band that they were reminding me, as I'm listening to them, I'm like, that sounds so much like, but I can't remember what it was, because that was a little earlier in the week. And then I have been spinning the Aussie Black Rain, which is, I showed recently, is one of the more recent acquisitions I picked up. And, you know, great stuff. You know, everybody complained about it. It sounded like his vocals were processed and all that. And I don't know. It sounds good. It's got, you know, I Don't Want to Stop. All of those, that was a big hit, I think, and some other ones. There's just some really good stuff on here. So, yeah, I'm enjoying this. And, again, as mentioned before, hoping that they do continue on with some of the other ones in that time frame. So, that's it. That's what's been spinning. There's been some other things. I got some CDs and stuff that have been coming in, but that's the main thing for this past week. It's been great just going back and pulling albums that I haven't pulled in a while and saying, hey, let's check these out. Thanks for watching, though. I'll be back with more of these. So, yeah, been still enjoying the collection, and got a couple new things coming in soon that have been pre-ordered. But that's all for now. I'll see you back later. Rock on, rock hard.